Welcome back to Dinar Info News, your trusted channel for the latest updates, insights, and breaking alerts regarding the Iraqi Dinar, Vietnamese Dong, and the global currency reset landscape. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon so you never miss any of our real-time rate alerts, government statements, economic news, or behind-the-scenes developments that might impact your foreign currency holdings. For our returning viewers, thank you for being a part of this growing community. Your support, comments, and insights continue to drive this channel forward as we strive to provide the most up-to-date and accurate information in the dinar and dong investing space. Now let's get right into today's report. IQD and VND rate alert for July 27th. Dinar RV rumors intensify. Over the last 24 to 48 hours, social media platforms, forums, private intel groups, and even segments of the alternative media have been abuzz with intensified chatter about a potential revaluation or at the very least a significant movement in the exchange rate of the Iraqi Dinar IQD and possibly the Vietnamese Dong VND. While we've all seen rumors come and go, what's capturing attention now is that the speculation is being reinforced by several economic indicators, political events, and subtle signs from central banks. Let's start with the Iraqi Dinar. As of July 27th, the official exchange rate remains unchanged, sitting around 1,310 IQD to 1 USD in the official channels, though black market rates continue to fluctuate slightly depending on the region. But what's sparking renewed RV speculation are a number of key developments that unfolded this past week. First, we have the ongoing coordination between the Central Bank of Iraq, CBE, and international financial institutions, such as the IMF and World Bank. There are reports, still unconfirmed officially, that a delegation from the U.S. Treasury was recently in Baghdad for private consultations. While the visit was not publicized in mainstream news, whispers within private investment circles suggest that these meetings centered around tightening anti-money laundering controls, reforming currency auction mechanisms, and increasing international trade settlement capabilities using the Iraqi dinar itself, not the US dollar. If true, this would be a massive step toward restoring the dinar's status and preparing it for broader international exchangeability. It's worth noting that in previous revaluation scenarios in history, such as with the Kuwaiti DINA, or international engagement and strict financial controls were precursors to a rate adjustment. Moreover, Iraq has recently made several moves to diversify away from dependency on the dollar. In fact, we've seen increasing activity related to trade settlements with countries like China and Iran using local currencies. This de-dollarization trend is part of a broader global shift, but in Iraq's case, it may also be a strategic prelude to a potential rate adjustment or float. In terms of domestic policy, the CBI continues to implement structural reforms aimed at restoring public trust in the banking sector. Just this week, a new initiative was launched to increase the number of electronic payment points across Iraq's retail sector. Why is this important? Because digitizing the economy is critical if Iraq wants to truly monitor and stabilize the money supply, reduce cash leakage, and create the infrastructure needed to manage a revalued currency in the future. Interestingly, government salaries are increasingly being distributed through bank accounts rather than cash, a move which some see as further groundwork for a future rate change. Now, let's talk about some of the more speculative but still intriguing pieces of information floating around in the RV community. Several so-called intel providers with contacts in high-level banking positions or diplomatic circles have claimed that Iraq is under quiet pressure from the US and its allies to stabilize and raise the value of its currency. The reasoning? A stronger dinar could help stabilize the region economically and politically, allowing Iraq to reassert itself as a major oil producer and trading partner under a stable financial system. Also, there are increasing murmurs about a potential new set of lower-denomination dinar notes being printed and tested, with rumors of a future public education campaign already in planning stages. Again, this has not been confirmed by the CBI, but the presence of such talk alone signals renewed optimism in some quarters. Some insiders also claim that certain private-tiered exchanges or VIP redemptions are being tested in pilot stages, although no verifiable documentation has been released. As always, take these claims with a grain of salt, but don't dismiss them entirely, especially considering how past reevaluations in other countries were preceded by similar behind-the-scenes activities. Turning now to the Vietnamese Dong, the current exchange rate remains around 23,500 to 1 United States dollar in official bank trading. While not as volatile or heavily speculated upon as the IQD, the VND remains a closely watched currency among long-term foreign currency investors due to Vietnam's strong economic fundamentals. What's fueling the speculation now is Vietnam's recent inclusion in high-level talks about regional currency stability in Southeast Asia. The Vietnamese government has taken notable steps in recent years to modernize its banking system, encourage foreign direct investment, and increase transparency in monetary policy. Recent reports show that Vietnam's GDP growth continues to outpace many neighboring countries, with strong manufacturing output, tech exports, and a favorable balance of trade. Additionally, the Vietnamese central bank has been building foreign reserves at a steady pace, a classic preparatory move for a controlled revaluation or currency band adjustment. What's more, the IMF has noted in its latest report that the VND is broadly in line with fundamentals, but left the door open for future adjustments based on inflation, trade dynamics, and investor flows. On July 25th, a Vietnamese government official mentioned during a press briefing that we are evaluating ways to strengthen the dong in light of increased foreign investment and trade surplus. While this was not a formal announcement, it caught the attention of financial analysts across Asia. Add to that, the fact that the dong remains largely undervalued in purchasing power parity terms according to the World Bank's metric, you can begin to understand why the speculation is growing. In some online communities, theories are emerging that the revaluation of both the dinar and dong could occur in a close window or be interconnected in a broader realignment of emerging market currencies. There is no official confirmation of this, of course, but certain banking insiders claim that contingency plans are being drafted in multiple countries to accommodate unexpected rate adjustments. In one particular case, an anonymous source, linked to a multinational financial institution, said their system is testing new currency rates in the back end, though no specific currencies were named. As always, such information must be treated cautiously, but it aligns with the overall theme of increased preparedness and attention surrounding these currencies. So, what does this mean for holders of the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong as of July 27th? First, the chatter and indicators are louder than they've been in months, possibly years. We are not saying a revaluation is imminent, but the pieces on the chessboard are being rearranged in a very deliberate and interesting way. The increased activity among central banks, tighter controls on currency flows, and subtle language changes in official communications all suggest that something is in motion, even if we can't pinpoint exactly what or when. That said, we caution everyone in the community to remain grounded and responsible. As always, avoid falling for hype, scams, or pay-to-play exchange groups promising secret rates or early access. The revaluation, if and when it happens, will not be a secret event. There will be official announcements, public documentation, and regulated procedures through banks and financial institutions. Keep your currencies secure, check them for authenticity if you're uncertain, and make sure your expectations are aligned with reality. Also, please remember to consult with financial professionals, tax advisors, and legal experts before making any currency-related decisions. It's critical to have a plan in place not just for if the rate changes, but for managing your wealth responsibly afterward. Think about asset protection, charitable giving, and legacy planning, because even though this journey has been long and often frustrating, a revaluation could bring with it profound life changes and responsibilities. To summarize, July 27th has brought a renewed sense of anticipation, with dinar RV rumors intensifying amid credible signs of economic transition in Iraq and monetary flexibility in Vietnam. Whether these developments materialize into a full-fledged rate change or simply lay the groundwork for the future, one thing is clear: global financial systems are shifting, and the currencies we've been watching for years are part of that conversation now more than ever. We'll continue monitoring breaking news from the CPI, U.S. Treasury, IMF, and regional banks. If we see any official rate change or even hints in press releases, legal bulletins, or financial disclosures, you'll hear about it first, right here on Dinar Info News. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and give this video a thumbs up to help spread awareness in the community. And finally, let's hear from you in the comments. What do you think about the increased activity around the dinar and dong? Are we truly getting closer to an RV, or is this just another cycle?